Hi. Thanks for joining. This is episode 67 of the Role Slayers podcast.
What is that?
I don't know.
You're starting off like, oh, hello. I didn't see you come in.
With this weird, like, East Texas anti-accent.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Did we get the pan?
You snuck up on me. Yeah, it's the camera move from Django Unchained where it whips around to Leonardo DiCaprio and he's like, "You will."
That's a great movie.
Thank you for joining us in episode 67 of the Role Slayers podcast. Before we get into tonight's episode, we have some announcements as always. Jeremy has some things to say. John has some things to say.
I do.
Oh, I was just making notes on my last podcast episode.
Oh,
hello. Perhaps you've heard of the Role Slayers podcast. I mean, of course you have. But have you heard of our partners? If you skip the first 5 minutes of the episode, you haven't heard. But in the first 5 minutes of the episode, which we are in now, we always explain that we have other partners. Roleslayers.com/partners. And
we have kind of an open relationship.
I don't know. We were like, hey, what's your policy? And then we like scroll to the policy page, and they're like, hey, you can do this. And we're like, we're not really, monetizing, so that's fine. But yeah, it's either way. We love to hype the community. So BeyondSkyrim.org, super awesome music, and then what we have so lovingly nicknamed. Who we have so lovely nicknamed the Slider Kings, the team over at Sirenscape.com, because beep boop, swoop, and you can push buttons, move sliders digitally. If maybe we can get some haptic feedback on your touchscreen, and it'll feel real to you. That's beep, really, shoot. I mean. That's
Check out the new Sirenscape slider pack that they mail you. And it's a little mixer board.
The real reason that Facebook failed, I mean not Facebook, but
Meta,
the metaverse, flopped, was because the Slider Kings, you couldn't go in there and push.
He's not supposed to be in here.
They should have partnered.
Fives is in here.
There's a cat. There's a cat
here.
in
I'll
here.
get him.
All right, this has gone on long enough.
Thank you for that announcement, Jeremy.
But check it out, roleslayers.com/partners.
This is going on long enough. We're not going to take it anymore. It's time to talk about World Anvil. You remember when we used to do facts about history?
I really miss those.
Mostly centered on the Byzantine Empire.
Yes.
I've been reading.
I hope so.
This is not. I'm always reading. I've been reading The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. It's fantastic.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's great. I like it a lot. It's also so weird. It's bizarre. Like just trying to keep track in my mind of the things that this naughty little boy, who's not a boy, he's a puppet. The things that he does and gets in trouble for, and kind of the Pinocchio verse in which there's this shark that eats people and this cat and fox that are also assassins. I don't know, it's cool stuff. I'm thinking, that would be fertile ground for a new Clue Crew Deluxe style role-playing game.
You're gonna have to keep it out until I get that You can't say the name of the game until I get my IP protected.
You have 3 weeks, Hayden.
Yeah.
We got a 3-week
publish
backlog.
a game in 3 weeks.
Send the copyright in notices.
Someone else is going to if you don't.
But all that is to say,
don't worry. The tabletop RPG community is extremely congenial. And no one would ever screw anyone over.
It's true.
No one would ever.
Never.
But all that is to say, whatever the weird, cool world it is that you're working on, World Anvil can help. Check out our affiliate link at worldanvil.pxf.io/roleslayers. Also, check out The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. It's so good.
Nice. Thank you, John. Last but not least, Eldritch Foundry, 15% off on minis. Code
Come on,
Rollslayers in
Tyler.
checkout. Discord on the website.
Come on, Tyler.
YouTube, faster. YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram.
Happy. Emotions.
TikTok.
Have we made our LinkedIn
Excitement.
profiles yet?
No LinkedIn profiles yet.
We got 3
Surely
weeks to
by
make it
now.
happen.
Yeah.
We have.
Surely we've done it by now. And if we
Find us on
haven't,
LinkedIn.
then it's a shame. Oh, also,
Did you do
did we ever mention the backdrops? We got new backdrops if we didn't mention that.
I
That's
think we
cool.
did.
I think we mentioned them
I
like
keep
4
like
episodes
hitting
ago.
them every time I try to like
yeah.
crack my back, and then it's like,
wonderful.
oh,
It's like, goodbye.
I can't do that.
Goodbye, backdrop.
How
Okay.
do I be a human?
Cool.
Leave.
Well, I think that was pretty chaotic, but maybe you got some
We're
value out of
great.
it.
We're
Let's play some
great.
D&D.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Last we left off, the Guild of Goodwill absconded from the chaos of Torchhelm, leaving Vilrum's corpse bleeding behind. Recovering Midnight's triumph and escaping through the magma tunnel, last-ditch effort jumping across with Tensor's
floating disc.
Should I add that spear to my inventory?
If
At
you
this
want
point-
to,
at this
are you going to want to attune to this thing, or are you just kind of carrying it?
I'm really just carrying it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to forget you have it,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Okay.
unless you just want to add it.
Yeah, I'll just hang on to it. And
I mean, unless you're planning on absconding with it.
no.
So, you made your way up out of the magma chamber, into the Underdark once again, running, almost blindly. What are you doing?
Still running.
Running away.
I think after a certain point, Cyrus is just delighted with the fact that we made the escape with the weapon. And
Yeah.
here we are. It's dark, but you know what? They're not finding us.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
then-
I think
can
in a
also
lot
see
of
you.
ways, like we kind of like like montaged our way to Torchhelm. So I would say, because I don't have any map for that,
Sure.
I would say we probably try and find something where we could shoot. I don't know, like we need to get into a Darrow hole or
there's
something.
A lot of
We
the
do.
tunnels and caverns you took are nowhere near the size of giants, so they'd have to bore something or find a way
Okay,
around.
cool. So the idea is that we make ourselves safe and we inspect for Darrow holes and patch them and then rest.
Okay, so you're trying to
Unless
find a
anyone
safe
wants
place
to
to rest.
Yeah.
We do need a rest.
Can I
Do we
have a
know-
survival check from you, Jeremy?
Do we know approximately what time of day it would be?
Make
Do we
a
have any idea?
no. At this point, no.
We were
Okay.
delirious at this point.
Yeah.
So survival check, and I'll guide myself, knowing that I'm gonna need it. Survival. It's a 12.
Okay. I think you find a fairly safe little cavern. Make a perception check if you're inspecting for Darrow Warren entrances.
Okay.
Absolutely.
These are not helpful rolls to me. Or
Say survival?
Yeah.
8.
I would.
Oh, perception. Sorry.
Oh.
8.
8.
$19.
19. No Darrow holes around here. I don't know why I went country there.
No Darrow.
No Darrow holes around here.
We
So
Around these parts.
Oh
So
my
if
gosh.
Molly Miller
That's what
comes
everyone in the
and she
Underdark
starts
sounds
with her
like.
East Texas anti-accent, is that going to cause problems for all you East Texas folk?
It might.
we might drift a little.
All right. You guys start to set up for a long rest. Are we doing watches?
Yes.
Okay. Who's on first? Abbott or Costello?
I'll take it first because I figure other people were hurt more than I was.
Okay. Do we have anyone else? You're gonna go first as well, Remy?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's on second?
I'll go on second.
And you two on
I'll
third?
be on third.
I'll be on third.
Okay. First watch. Can I have perception checks? Are you? Oh, you're both have dark vision thanks to belt.
Yeah, I just am a dwarf by birth.
You just have birth of dwarven kind. This is stupid.
It was cute.
Sweet.
It's cute. What do you got?
13.
13, and what do you got, Remy?
9.
9. Okay. You hear a lot of smashing and crashing reverberating throughout the caverns, but you're fairly sure that it's pretty far off and maybe not even in the right direction.
Well, if we can get
Smashing and crashing.
revived, I think we can handle our own.
It's true.
But your watch comes and goes without any direct disturbance. Watch 2, we got Cyrus.
Cyrus by his lonesome. Cyrus, especially since he's alone, he's gonna really concentrate his efforts on the ruminations on the unseen.
Sure.
And trying to, again, using clairvoyance and modifying that however he can, using this book, trying to see if he can get into, see if he can touch anything related to that vision that he had.
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my portent rolls.
Ooh.
After rolling?
I did already roll, you're right. 12.
What are you're trying to see more of that vision?
Yeah, see if I can get any more information about it, any part of it.
Sure.
And I know at this point he doesn't really have a lot of control over the way that he is using that spell, so he's just kind of grasping at whatever he can find.
As you gaze into the glass eye of your protege, who is also
Ralphie.
Marionette.
a marionette.
Oh
Funny
yeah,
enough.
my own little Pinocchio.
As you gaze into your marionette's eye,
He's a real boy.
you do glimpse visions. Though the only thing you're able to grab is that flash of banners
Wait.
again.
He's gazing into his.
The
doll's
glass
eye.
eye.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. Cyrus is looking into the eye of the doll.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those banners flash by.
Wow.
One by one. But you're able to catch on to a second one. A platinum field with a luminous, almost bluish silver sheen logo of a upward pointed sword and a gauntleted hand.
When you say platinum, the first thing I think of is Bahamut.
Okay.
But that's, is that what?
Make a religion check or a history check.
I'll go history. 19.
Actually, only history, not religion. So good. 19.
Yeah.
Easy. It's the standard of the Justicars.
Okay. Okay. And the other one is the Tetrad.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
You snap out of your vision. Did I get a perception check from you, by the way?
Perception.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Of course. 12.
Nothing seems to have happened while you were in your vision.
Okay.
Rest of your watch comes and goes uninterrupted.
And now we're surrounded by Darrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
what's that sound?
It's like that one thing where you look and you see one and you look away and then there's two there.
And they've
Look
stolen the
away,
whole spear
and there's
away
8.
from us.
Okay. Vinny and Bells, can I get perception checks?
Hey, let's do it.
Okay.
20.
20.
16.
You hear more crashing and thumping of rocks being thrown and destroyed, but with your 20, you can clearly tell that they're headed away from you.
What did you hear?
Some crashing and throwing of rock and
Okay.
stone.
I'm a little shook up. I couldn't tell. It sounds like they're a little bit like they're going away from us, doesn't it?
Yes, I don't think they're any concern of ours. I think as long as we're quiet and still and out of sight,
I don't think that's...
It's no nuisance to us.
Yes, maybe not to us. But more than certainly it will be a nuisance to Degoldawar.
Perhaps.
We're going to need to get back very quickly, I think.
Do you think so?
I think the quicker we can, the more time that we can give to the to Degoldawar, then the better that they'll have a chance of surviving another attack or perhaps even counter a strike of their own.
Even with Vilrum gone, you think the other giants will attempt to overthrow?
Absolutely. Of course, they're angered. We've angered them. If they can't find us, then they'll go to the first civilization that they can find, assuming that we were part from it.
I didn't think of that. I suppose you're right.
But we can't do anything until we've healed. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go find that spear and see if I can identify it.
Okay, sure.
And Vinny just goes over and does cast the identify ritual.
Okay. It is what we would call an artifact.
Okay.
I will give you stats if you're still in possession of it at the end of this, because there's a lot of them. But as you identified, this is a very powerful weapon.
Okay.
In terms of damage, it does 2d10 piercing and 6d12 necrotic.
Yikes! 6d12?
Yeah, among other things that it can do. It's got some innate spell casting abilities, some summoning
that's
abilities.
My people's artifact.
Anyone attuned to it has their charisma and their dexterity up to 20.
Dexterity and charisma?
Face!
There are a few other things. I'll relay when.
Oh my gosh, I
when
can't
we need
believe we
Survived.
we survived that fight.
We did. Just barely.
Just barely.
But
Wow.
we did.
Okay, so that's good.
You hover over this, and there's like this power that almost surges through you. It feels like it's almost going to break your identify spell before you can kind of wrap your mind around this power.
You would probably be watching me. We were right there.
Yeah.
I'm not like hiding it or anything.
No.
And I just start sweating like as I concentrate on this. It takes about an hour, so over time, like you're used to me doing this. You've seen me do this before, but you notice like, whoa, you're like, I'm sweating, and then at the end of the hour, I just kind of shake out of it a little bit.
Venutra, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Are you sure?
This weapon. This could turn the tide for us. I don't know if you could wield this, but if you could, we could almost launch our own attack on Torchholm ourselves. A very calculated attack, but this is an impressive weapon. And even us being in possession of it is a huge blow to the Giants' efforts.
I don't even know what to say, really.
And I relay in whatever way it makes sense, like some of the things that you told me to
Sure.
her, the 2d10 piercing, the 6d12 necro. I mean, just touching it will cause someone to wither.
You do get the feeling that someone would have to be quite malicious by nature to be able to wield this properly.
But okay.
Meaning alignment wise, you got to be evil.
But
Sounds like a job for Fusty Gurgis.
It's fustin' time.
But I say that, but I think you have to have some extreme ill will, deep within, in order to wield it.
Oh, so perhaps we're better off without it, or...
No, God. If anything, we need to home it, to keep it away from anyone who could use it, just like Vilrum.
Can it change the person that wields it, though?
I personally have no interest in wielding a weapon of this nature.
Okay, so we keep it and we protect others by not letting it fall into the wrong hands. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. We need to talk to someone who knows more about it. All I know is that it is good that we have it and they don't.
Did Cyrus and Vinny ever relay to Bells that they had kind of been tasked to go get this?
I
think y'all talked about it.
We were explicit about needing to get this.
I don't know if you talked about specifically who you were getting it for. Maybe you did. I think you did.
I think we did.
Even if we didn't, like, on air, sure. I think we would have offline at some point. I don't think we would have just kept that a secret.
You know that this was Professor Puhler's errand. Basically,
that was relayed to us. I remember
it was?
that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, our only reason really for shoving that to the sideline was because we were focused on the Cartagias or Linus Cartagia.
Right.
Yeah. It was not specific on reward, except that he said it would be large, and he said they could discuss titles, property, or just straight gold or additional of ways of reward.
So how do you feel about relinquishing this item to Professor
Puhler? We are going to have to talk to Cyrus about that. I think, running an errand to retrieve a historical artifact of some sort of inconsequential, as far as I was concerned, it was just a decoration.
Yes, but this
is far more
malevolent or something dark.
Yes, and so anyone seeking it would likely need the ability to wield it. And that scares me a little.
Okay. So we tell the others as soon as they all wake.
Of course, yeah. No secrets among the Guild of Goodwill.
And as you all awake, you feel refreshed, invigorated. So much so that you are now level 8.
Woo!
Yes!
Wait, what?
So if you want to level up real quick,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That sounds great.
That makes a lot of sense.
Sure,
That makes sense.
Don't mind if I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
spells.
Nice.
Spells.
I don't have level 8 charged up.
Hayden, you heard that, right?
Oh, yes, I did.
Good.
Manage character.
I don't know.
You're one from running on walls, aren't you? One away, aren't you?
I think I can run.
You
on
can do it
walls
now.
8? Nice.
Ability score improvement.
That's the first thing Remy does when he wakes up. He's like, I can do it this time.
Actually, no. I don't get to run on walls yet.
Is it
I
9
don't
or
get to
11?
run on walls. I was wrong.
Is it 9 or 11 that you get to run?
It's 9.
I knew it.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't know if there was going to be a good way to level up. We could have leveled up post game, but y'all didn't long rest. So
Yeah. No, thanks for keeping us true. Who knows if we would ever.
I could have pre-warned,
We might have just stayed awake.
or I could have left you hanging on whether you're going to survive or not.
Is it possible if I want to think about?
Yeah, you can change stuff later.
Okay, cool.
I got you.
Yeah,
Quick.
too.
This is just a quick level up. You get your HP, pick your spells if you want, or you don't even have to pick your spells.
I'm gonna take
I don't have
feet.
spells.
I want the languages.
Oh.
Okay.
Stats go up or feet.
Some linguistics for you, eh?
Oh yeah.
I already chose my feet.
Well, he has
preemptively,
a-
Monks is like
That's a
super
really
easy to
good
level up. You're just
reason
like,
to
oh,
want
HP, I get new feature, I'm good.
No, I think
Raise
a feet
Cyrus's strength. But he wouldn't do that.
So let me know when everyone's good.
I'm good.
Ooh.
I know fighters are good. I know monks are good.
Yeah. Oh
It's
gosh.
the casters I'm worried about.
Yeah. Also,
I
stats
will-
goblins.
I will look at spells later.
Okay.
Okay, cool. There's that.
I'll just raise my intelligence and look at spells.
So we need to roll our dice, right?
For hit dice? Yeah. Did you roll hit dice, Liz?
Come on.
For hit points? You already did
Yes.
that? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Okay.
Great.
And it's whatever, so mine's like a D8, right?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab your hand over here, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. Take that.
I should be more or less all set. I'll work on spells as we're going along.
Okay.
Yay! Hit points are not
Woo!
abysmal anymore.
But it's 8 plus, or it's a D8 plus my con modifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I chose to increase my
Con modifier.
con modifier, would you roll on a new
Retroactively
one?
get more HP. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Proactive.
Retroactive.
You get
more,
retro. Seriously.
Mhm.
Oh, very cool.
That's why it's good to take the tough feat and stuff too, and then pump your con, and there's all sorts of ways to be beefy.
Oh yeah, I get 2 new spells.
Beefy.
Beefy. Y'all, did I tell y'all my character, my level 4 Goliath character fell 40 feet and took 0 damage?
That was a fun
What?
session. I was a big fan of what happened in that
But
session.
also what?
Fell 40 feet on purpose and then skewered a guy with his glaive and exploded him with Divine Smite. It was pretty dope.
I was a big fan of what happened in that
There we
session.
go.
I'm ready. What do we got?
2.
2
No.
plus what?
That stinks. I mean, my con modifier right now is...
If it was a 1, I'd allow a reroll. Sorry.
That's fine. So I rolled the worst.
I like.
Yeah, you did. You
You
rolled the
really
worst you
did.
could.
5
You
extra
literally
points.
did.
5 extra points.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we ready?
Think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
You ready, John?
Yeah.
So, as you wake reinvigorated,
Ooh.
what do you do?
I certainly don't run up any walls.
Sorry, I hate it.
Next level.
Next time. Oh, I think everyone's still leveling. Basically.
I'll
Make breakfast.
I'll
Breakfast
get
is
up and
made.
I'm gonna start making some breakfast, some little brekkies for us all.
That's wonderful.
I get my old.
And
Go ahead.
And I'm just, good morning, everyone. Bells, I'm in the confusion yesterday. I forgot to say thank you for picking up all my darts. They were very expensive.
I don't think anyone picked up your darts, Remy.
She declared that she picked
She
up
did.
my
You
darts.
did?
I remember it.
I did.
Okay.
But we never really addressed how many I was able to pick
You
up.
were able to get them all.
There you go.
Their darts. Actually, no. The one that went in the eyeball, that one's gone.
Why?
I resent that.
That went deep in that brain. Unless you spent
So-
time rooting around in that brain.
We didn't spend any time.
I don't
No,
think you
we-
did.
we grabbed and went.
I grabbed whatever was quick
Okay.
enough to get me out of the lava.
So you
in
recover
time to
3
get
of your
out.
4 darts, Remy.
He had 5, didn't he?
Yeah, but he only
I
threw
did, but I
4.
only threw 4.
Okay.
But yes, you can.
I saw you gathering them. I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh yes, of course. You're welcome. Of course. I wouldn't have done anything else. And then I also take out all of my remaining. I have 6 remaining croissants that I would take out.
Oh,
and
from sweaty.
heat up. Yes.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to heat
And-
those for a while.
And hey, they were in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Which is,
Oxygenless.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they're pristine.
They're nice and flaky.
They're beautiful.
They're buttery.
They're lovely.
And
They're
it's a
sweaties.
Nice,
They're
a nice little,
sweeties.
they're a little sweaty, you know.
They're
It's like a
sweeties.
whiskey, 1 drop in every whiskey of water, except it's 1 drop in the dough of sweat. Really gives it that salty flavor,
Yeah, that's what you want.
you know.
Yeah.
But
What?
they're delicious. And you make your breakfast here in the Underdark once again.
Oh, I can maybe. I'll toast those up. No, I'll throw them in the pan with some butter to get them nice and crisp.
How sad, they're all gone now.
So, question, Tyler.
Yes.
And I should have asked this earlier, but we're in the middle of other things. But in Cyrus's vision, the flag of the Tetrad and the flag of the Justicars, did they appear on the same side or opposing sides?
There were no sides. They kind of just flashed past.
Okay.
But you saw a total of about, it's hard to tell, maybe six or maybe 3 banners. You can't really tell. They flashed past so fast.
Okay.
You're not sure.
But I do just get an overall sense that it's the most powerful forces in the land.
You don't really know how to interpret it.
Okay. Okay.
So, as you finish breakfast, what's your plan for the day?
Well, have we had an opportunity to look at this spear at all?
In fact, I did, and I meant to bring that up.
Oh, really?
Yes. While we were sleeping on our watch, I chose to identify it. And the results are...
Disturbing.
Yeah. So, and it is a weapon of great magnitude, but it can only be wielded by someone of, I don't know, someone very deeply tormented and turned toward evil purposes.
Oh.
I thought.
Well,
first,
let's not give that to Bells then.
Well, I don't.
What do you mean?
Well, here, hold it, and he would give it to her, and I'll let her
It's light.
I like the good weapons that
Smooth,
Bells
even though
uses.
there are like kind of chips on it. You know, it looks like chipped obsidian, but when you rub your hand against it, it's smooth as satin.
I do like the way that it feels. It feels nice.
and we'll hold on to it. I think if you spend a bit more time with it, you'll start to understand my meaning. This is a weapon that you would have to spend time with before you were proficient in using it, and before its magical properties would avail themselves to you.
I thought you said that you couldn't really make full use of it unless you were malaligned or evil in some sort of...
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
So
Let's maybe not endeavor to be able to use it. So the question then, I suppose, is what do we do with it?
Well, do you trust Brakner Puhler?
Do I?
Make an inside check, I guess.
Okay.
Do you trust the Quintessence Pursuant?
11.
I mean, Professor Puhler's a very storied, very prominent magician within the Quintessence, known for his level head, known for his logical conclusions that he comes to, and above all, he sees a lot.
Yeah.
You don't know if you necessarily trust him, but you trust his expertise when it comes to this.
And what about the Quintessence in general?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Does Vinny get any sense that this thing is putting off any sort of like
Malevolent.
detectable? No, just anything detectable. Like, can it make itself detected?
Can it make itself found by other things?
Sure.
Make an Arcana check?
Ooh.
Okay.
Magic beacon?
Okay, and 11.
You don't sense any sort of call from it. With your limited knowledge of the arcane being from your patron, you're not exactly certain on how you would ascertain that information.
Well, what do you propose that we do with it? Do we return it to the dwarves? Do we keep it with us? Do
Absolutely. No, I think we're better to, and I hope. Well, let me ask you. This is an artifact of your people. Magnus.
So
my initial reaction is for us to keep it safe. I feel have a lot of confidence in the Guild of Goodwill's ability to do so. What would happen if, knowing that only the evil can wield it?
So, what would I know about this artifact and my people's history?
Make a history check.
Is it an 11?
7.
You know that this is a fabled spear wielded supposedly long ago by a dwarven king. This is not a dwarven king of the Golfell conglomerate. This is some king who existed long before that, really before any dwarves had left Iudosos besides this king.
Well, this is a pretty legendary item, in the sense that I'm not sure that anybody living now knows it exists. The king that must have wielded something like this. Don't know that I could trust him as far as I could throw him. So if whoever you're planning to take it to is a trustworthy individual, maybe take it to him.
Okay.
Figure the guy with the glass eyes.
Oh, Ogren?
Yeah, I figure Ogren or his ilk would be very interested in a weapon like this, at least for the historical value.
Could we trust them with it, though?
Could I trust Ogren? Like what?
Make an insight check.
Like what I know of his history.
That's a better
Drug
roll. That's a
lord.
21.
21. Ogren is, from what you've been able to gather through your interaction with him, Ogren is like a dog with a bone. He is single-minded and singularly focused on
His drugs.
finding and reclaiming the city buried under the mountains in Iudosos, the home of the dwarves, for several reasons. And it's clear that he knows more about this city than he lets on. He's seen some things, but he doesn't at least trust you with this information. But he seems to be driven by that purpose and that purpose alone. To what end and for what reason, you're not sure.
So
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, you can roll that.
essentially what it comes down to is I trust your judgment. You seem to be people that care about individuals and cities and peoples, and that seems to be the best way to go about it.
Could I fit it into my efficient quiver yet?
Yeah, you could fit it in there.
Yeah,
Perhaps we just store it for now and then decide what to do with it later.
Is the efficient quiver similar to the bag of holding in its like spacing? Okay. Yes, I think that's a good idea. And Remy, I would love to hear your thoughts as well.
Well, I don't know much about the quintessence, but I do know that the dwarves are a very honorable people. And despite that one particular one's oddities, he seemed to know, I don't know, about a lot of things. He seemed like a real smart cookie.
Perhaps he was. If you don't mind, can we keep this as our secret? So no
Perhaps.
secrets among the Guild of Goodwill, but maybe the Guild of Goodwill can keep a secret?
Absolutely. I think that's a decent
Perhaps,
policy.
yeah.
I'm not saying that we should. I just don't know.
Well,
I don't want this to fall into the wrong hands, though I also don't necessarily think that we're the right hands.
Yeah,
but...
no, and I don't know who the right hands are, really.
Yes, that's it. I don't want to keep this, but I don't know really who to give it to.
Yeah.
Or where to put it.
Here's what I can say about the Quintessence Pursuant.
Okay.
I have my own history with them.
Of course.
I have tried and met with dead ends in terms of elevation there. And, maybe I haven't seen the highest echelons of how the Quintessence works. I'll grant you that. But I have never gotten the sense that they were evil or malevolent in any way, but more just removed and disinterested from, in the way that wizards typically are. It's an isolated sort of study. But I also, in general, don't think that organizations in and of themselves are necessarily good or evil. I mean, maybe they can accomplish a greater good or a greater degree of evil than any individual can, but it's really the individuals who hold the good or the evil. And, specifically Professor Puhler, who is asking for it. I don't know. I don't know that I can get the clearest read on him in those terms. And I'm sure he's watching right now as I say this. Hello, Professor Puhler. I know you're listening.
He's watching us.
Well,
he's one of those.
He might be.
It might be best that we just put it away until we have a better idea.
Yeah.
Even talking about it openly among ourselves does seem a bit foolish when we know that someone like Professor Puhler, I mean, not that we just haven't made any judgment.
I mean,
I
would feel confident, despite my own misgivings, I would feel confident putting it in the hands of the Quintessence Pursuant if the person we were giving it to was someone I trusted or felt good about. Professor Fingers, for example. But Professor Puhler, I don't know.
Well, let's put it away for now and perhaps discuss it later.
Fingers is in Stowheller, is that correct?
Fingers is on assignment in Oromont.
I would just take it and stick it in the quiver and try to...
Okay.
Let's continue on, shall we?
Well, either way, what I was telling Bells last night is that it's much better out of the hands of the giants, that's for sure.
It's better out of their hands.
Agreed.
And I will also feel a little bit more comfortable once it is out of our hands.
Headed back to Degeldar?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Make a survival check, whoever's leading.
Post haste, yeah.
Probably close to the front because we're headed home.
Okay.
Can you smell Mama's cooking?
Roll a 9 on it.
It's a 15.
15, okay.
Yeah,
you guys
fun
seem to
fact.
start... What's up,
Oh,
Hayden?
dwarves just always know the way home.
You know what?
Yeah.
Ooh,
the
I don't know what.
So
I made that up. I'm sorry.
what are those new spells that I added to my spell
Ooh,
book?
yeah, let's hear them.
Who is that delightful lady that let us down here in the first place? Timrin?
Can you cast Sending?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ascending
Okay.
to Timrin.
What are you saying? Count your words.
Oh yeah. I know very well. Timrin. It's Magnus. Can you
Tell her I'm here as well.
come find us in the underdark? Like as I'm thinking to myself, I'm on like 11th word. Do I have an approximate idea of like where we're at from where we came?
Yeah, with a 15, you were able to find actually the tunnel system you went through beforehand. So you can tell her you're 3 days out from this cave that you met Myconids in, and you can give her an approximate location.
Okay. Do you think that that's something I could accomplish in a matter of 14 words?
Maybe.
Let's see. Can you do it, Magnus?
We're 3 days south of north of Mykonins.
Okay.
Eternal thanks for your help. Cordially, Magnus.
You're alive. Interesting. Things are a bit busy around here. Preparations and whatnot. Have you completed what needs completing?
I'll burn another sending because it's travel time. I'll be all right. We took care of problem
We did.
and caused new one.
Great. I'll see you then. As you guys are traveling towards that point of origin, can I have everyone make charisma saves?
What?
Charisma save.
What?
That's my worst one.
Absolutely not.
Mine too.
Mine too.
8.
Oh,
11.
4.
It's my
Why am I
best one,
singing?
but I rolled a 3.
I rolled an 18. I rolled an
Nice.
18.
19 for Hayden?
18.
18. What do we got, Magnus?
11.
11, 4, 8,
8.
4,
4.
8 as well. Everyone besides Remy, you're kind of, as you're traveling, overtaken by this kind of foul mood.
Oh.
Almost bitter.
Oh.
Almost angry.
Yes.
But you're not sure why. And you
Y'all
all
aren't
kind
as
of
pure
just
of heart as I am.
stew in unbroken silence as you travel the caves for the day,
That's fine.
not encountering anything.
Great.
I'm gonna say, hey, I think it was down this cavern. If
Look,
I
can you
remember
just
right.
stop? I'm old and my back hurts and I don't want to hear it.
What's with this wannabe fake dwarf telling me how to feel?
Grow your own mustaches.
Okay.
As you were berating Remy, Cyrus, you hear in your head, as the day ends, a familiar voice.
Oh no.
Have you acquired the artifact?
You say familiar. I assume Professor Puhler.
It is Professor Puhler.
Okay, I got 25 words.
Correct.
I suppose you've been watching. What do you want it for?
Barely a pause before the reply comes. To destroy it. To remove its taint from this land.
To what degree do I hear anything in the inflection? It's sending. I'm not there face to face. I can't
Sure.
get a good read on him personally, but
Make an insight check.
yeah, that's low. It's low.
Okay, what do you got?
Seven.
There's conviction in his voice. He intends to destroy this. You
Okay.
have no idea how. If it is what it is, what Brakner's described is something near indestructible,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell that he's all in on destroying this thing.
Okay. I will send back. How could something like this be destroyed?
I'll burn another symbol. I found a ritual. It will not be easy. We'll have to spend at least a day. No breaks. Just channeling power through lines of the week.
And I believe him.
Take another insight check.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to use my
fully
portent
believe
roll
him.
Ooh.
22.
Okay.
you believe him, and you believe he can do it.
Okay. Then I'm going to say, if you can locate her, I would like for you to find Sir Alicia Langley to have her with us when we do it.
You wish to be there. That's quite dangerous.
Absolutely.
Okay. He'll burn another city. Very well. I will see you at my tower.
Okay.
As you start to build camp for the night, a wounded Remy being berated. Cyrus, you end your interchange with Professor Puhler.
And I'm going to address the rest of the group, and I'm going to say, I don't know what exactly I'm going to say at this point.
Are we still affected by the crankiness?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Maybe I will hold off on that.
Take your long rest for the evening. Watches are made. And you make your way further into the caves. Can I have charisma saves for everyone?
Oh, goodness. Oh, better.
Excellent. 18.
18.
16.
16.
15.
15.
15.
15.
14.
You kind of shake off this funk that you've been feeling. The rest of you are in a much better mood for the next 2 days before meeting Timron Wayforger in a cavern.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
How
Where
did
you
you
said it
know
was.
where we were?
Well,
I don't know if I told you, but I contacted her.
well, yeah, you gave me the wrong directions. You said the Myconid Cavern. That was a war camp you sent me to.
Oh,
What exactly?
But I found my way. They had a path of egress.
that's
How are the Myconids? Are they pursuing their...
Oh, I don't know. I didn't track them that far. I waited
Oh.
here.
to answer your
Okay.
question. There's a thing that after some intense study, some wizards can talk to each other.
Yes, of course. The voice in the head thing.
Aye, his voice is in the head.
You don't need to stop the talking. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Foul stench in the air. I don't like it.
Let's go quickly.
No, it's something else. But never mind. She mutters off to herself. The rest of your travel progresses.
Okay, so both in character, out of character, but like, I feel like Magnus would be thinking about this. Is there any indication that it might be the spear in our possession causing our foul moods?
Make an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
Magical items often have effects that are diverse and nonsensical. So it's hard to pinpoint, but you put the variables together, you put the you put the fact that this is a powerful artifact together. You put the fact that it's something that can only be wielded by evil entities. You feel like this is a corrupting force, and you put 2 and 2 together on why everyone's been so on edge down here. And it's almost like it's been this kind of beacon of like negative energy below.
So I'm gonna send a quick message off to Cyrus, like traveling with him and kind of gathering. He's also a studied person. Cyrus, I think the spear we're carrying is behind our bad moods.
I also have message. So I can
Message back?
message back.
I mean, you can message back like when I cast one, but you can also send another one.
Wait, sending or message?
Message.
Oh, you picked up sending too, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just casting a message like across to you.
Yeah. I think we need to get rid of it. And I think we need to get rid of it as soon as we possibly can.
Hey, stop lagging back there.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like I can't even take it. Come get you all the way from the other. She starts muttering and stomps off.
She's frustrated.
She's in a bad mood. But the rest of your travel goes rather unimpeded. It's another 6 days or so through the caverns. About 9 to 8 days total travel to the ladder where she angrily mutters up in Dwarvish, "Buttercup." And boom, 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 the chain ladder appears. You climb your way out and eventually find yourself back in the city of Degeldar. You've returned from the Underdark. All alive, I might add.
Yes.
We did.
It's good to be home.
So, Timron will look you over. Well, it's good you killed Vilrum. I'm glad we worked together. Formalities. I'll see you sometime later. Perhaps, maybe just swing by. Judging by you, I think we need 10 minutes of your time. And pleasure meeting you all. Whatever. Bye.
And you don't mind if I bring a friend if I have a friend.
Are they experienced?
I'm sorry, what?
It remains.
In
It's to
battle.
be determined.
You need a friend in battle.
It's a training exercise, dearie.
I'm well trained.
No, not that. You don't. No. Just, it's okay. She walks
Excuse
off.
me. What's that about?
Actually,
Venuthra?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I feel like Magnus needs to roll some
Excuse
kind of
me?
insight, like whether he understands what's going on.
Sure, make an insight check.
That's a natural 1, so
What?
You have no idea what that meant.
he's 53, so he's still kind of young and inexperienced in the world.
Why wouldn't she engage me in battle?
Why would you want to engage her in battle?
I would appreciate training or expertise.
Well, if you'd like to accompany us, I'd be happy to acquaint you to the finer art of this
She wouldn't
battle.
even consider me.
I think you need to prove yourself. I think she would consider.
I absolutely can. What's wrong with that? Have I not already proven myself?
Well,
Stop, Chris.
It's like a bad sitcom joke.
yeah,
Pretty good.
maybe you and I could have a training round, and I could teach you.
No. Cyrus is just interjecting himself.
Tyrus is probably the only one who would have picked up on this. I don't think Remy would.
Sir Venuthra.
She's asking for training.
No, she is not, and you and I both know this.
It would make things. This type of training does make things somewhat complicated if you don't have a certain mindset going into it.
It most certainly does.
I think things would like just now start occurring to Belle, and she would just kind of get really quiet.
It most certainly
I want
would.
it to be over.
Make things complicated.
I think Vinny would just let her sit in it.
So, what are you guys doing now? Where are you going?
I allowed myself an insight roll in there, and I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
So,
Remy, you still don't know what they're talking about.
yeah, I'm way out on this.
And Magnus doesn't either.
We're just gonna go train for battle, Remy. You can join us.
Remy's still crestfallen.
I know. At some point, at some point during the day, I might break off from the Guild of Goodwill to go visit my parents at Pig Stickers.
Yeah. You definitely can do that, and it's a good thing Vinny isn't around, because some hairs are out of place. But you're okay. You're hugged. You're loved, and they say maybe we can talk about magic school.
Yay.
Maybe we can talk about that.
Oh.
While that's happening, what are you guys doing as he slips away?
Did Cyrus relate any part of his?
No, not yet.
He's okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, you're fine. So that's not on our
some
mind.
good food, of course.
Well, do we want to get some food? I know that there's a restaurant that I haven't yet tried.
Well, let's go.
Let me guess. You want to go there, refuse everything that they do in specialty, and eat mushrooms.
Venutra,
Well, no,
why
this
would you
one
say
is
that?
it's called the Deep King's Mushroom Garden.
If you
What?
want to, you can remember that this was specifically recommended against by other
Here's the
dwarves.
thing.
I'm sorry, exactly what? Oh,
I don't recall it ever being recommended again. Nobody explicitly said.
The captain of the guards was like, "There's better food out there."
That's what everybody has said. Nobody has said this place is terrible.
Okay, that's fair. If you could pick up, it was a polite, "This is not good food."
Okay.
But if Remy is very excited about this, you don't have to tell anyone that.
Okay, maybe we've heard it's not great. Maybe we could just walk by and look at it. Again, it's supposed
well,
to
if
be
you
kind
want
of
to
an
go
occasion.
there, that's good enough reason to visit and at least see if it looks appetizing to you.
Maybe they'll have some sort of balsamic portobello.
Well, I mean, the thing, it's been a big travel. Let's just go with something more standard fare. Something that everyone will be happy with. It's been weeks since we've had good food.
We'll pass the mushroom garden and get you something on the go.
Okay.
Stop
That
by
sounds all right.
Deep King's Mushroom Garden. It's this nice, ornate, beautiful, dwarven-looking building, big bricks of stone and facades of dwarves in battle and stuff like that. And then you go in the door and it's this dingy, small, stone room with a really bad violinist playing in the corner.
Of course it
is. I think
called
the Deep King's Mushroom Garden is like the dwarven version of Cheesecake Factory.
It's like wanting really authentic
ponchos.
Ponchos, yeah.
That's
It's
what I
wanting really
ponchos.
authentic Asian food and like really good quality from scratch stuff, and then going to P.F. Chang's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hate that place.
Yeah.
Or it's just one of those places where you get the food that is just sort of the natural fare, and it's so the natural fare that it doesn't have any salt, or it's just very, very bland. You're oh, I want to eat the folk food, and then you find out the folk food is just
No. This is not the folk food. This is the stuff that people passing
Nobody
through
actually
think is
eats.
The folk
Yeah.
food is just
ponchos.
clover to the beans.
It's ponchos.
It's like visiting France and going to McDonald's.
As you enter,
It's still better, but not where you should be eating.
there's kind of a shorter, portly dwarf and with kind of sweat-stained, garb on, who kind of sees you and kind of hustles up and puffs over. Oh, welcome to Deep King's Mushroom Garden. Table for 5.
I know we'll be getting something.
You know
the
what?
way out.
Maybe we're better served by going to. Thank you for your time. He's gonna walk out the door.
Remington, that was
I with
quite
them or was I
rude.
like
No,
still...
you're with your fam at this
Okay.
point.
So-
Why did you not order anything there?
Did you see that place? There was a buffet and they had just a bunch of scrambled eggs in there.
That's not what you wanted.
That's not what I thought it was. I guess everybody that told us that there were better places, the 3 different people that told us that probably knew what they were talking about.
Yes, perhaps we should just find another place somewhere else.
It's all right. I'd heard it was kind of a institution. I guess
I'm just quite
Can't believe
hungry.
everything
Shall
you
we
hear.
just find a place? I don't really care where.
Oh, any place
Easy
is
enough
fine.
to find a place to eat, especially if you just go back to Flintbeard's. He has food.
Okay, great. Let's go there.
Mark off a couple copper from yourselves. Is there anything else you want to accomplish within the city?
Well, while we're sitting down, Cyrus would like to order a red wine.
You can get one at Flintbeard's.
Yeah.
I had a couple.
Wait, Flint beards or Flint birds?
I just said Flintbeard, but it's Flintbeard.
Flint beards. And Cyrus is going to ask the rest of the group. Do you remember when we were in the caves? And
Do I?
No, Cyrus, we don't remember being in the caves.
that's what I'm trying to get at.
What?
The way that we all felt, not ourselves, just a little bogged down, just a little bit.
We were tired and exhausted.
Yes,
No, I felt it. It came from that spear. I know it did.
it did.
I don't know what any of you were talking about. Is that why everyone was so snippy?
Snippy?
Yes.
Who was Snippy?
You're still a little snippy right now, Bells, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I'm telling you that it's from the spear.
It's the spear.
I just assume.
We can't hold on to it. We can't.
What are we gonna do? We already discussed this.
I've told you on my read on the quintessence. As an organization, it's not evil.
You
I
really
don't.
think we should just give it up to whoever?
No,
No.
but Professor Puhler, and I believe him entirely when he says this, wants to destroy it. And I would like to destroy it as well. And if Professor Puhler's intentions, I know this is secondhand.
Wait, it can be destroyed?
Yes.
Why didn't we think of that? Of course.
Well, because we lack the experience and the means to do such a thing.
We're Snippy, apparently.
Yes. That might be part of it. But it can be destroyed. It should be destroyed. It needs to be destroyed. And if Professor Puhler, if his word isn't good enough for you, I will accompany the spear for it to be destroyed. And I have already arranged with Professor Puhler, if that's not enough for you, that he locate Alin, who is in Erngal, as you recall, to be there as well, so that we can get rid of this thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Elin, is she?
She's alive.
I suppose the trial would not have been over by then. Now,
No.
but
So we're going to meet her to destroy this.
We can't all go with this spear. I mean, we know the power that this spear emanates. You do. You felt it. Bells, you felt it. Plus, I have business that would take me to Erngal, back to the Quintessence, and I fully recognize that what this means for me, going back to the Quintessence, that I left there wanting to strike out on my own because they were the ones who held me down, but I realized at this point that it is probably most worth my while to swallow my pride a little bit and go back to accept the resources that they have and the help that they can provide, both in getting rid of this spear. They do know more about it than we do, because let's be frank, we are just shooting in the dark with this. But also this vision that I had a few nights ago, I know I told you about it, but it has been bothering me, and I need to do more research. I need to be where there are resources and people who can help with trying to nail down some of what it might mean. And Professor Puhler, as the head of the divination school, he was head of divination, correct? As the head of the divination school, is the best person to go to.
If you go back with this spear, the clout that you would have among the quintessence would be
wouldn't
very
matter.
Impressive.
It wouldn't matter. I mean, yes.
But
in a sense, I'm coming back as a conquering hero, etc., but I'm still Cyrus Grimalkin, who has been studying at the Quintessence Pursuant since my early 20s. And
so you really could just leave here and be there?
I could. I know that I could. I've already seen it, that I can.
So you want to leave us?
Want to? No. But there's just a particular convergence of events, and events that we don't know and that we don't have all the information about, and that some information has been revealed to me that I need help with. And I have to accept that, while I have made strides on my own and made advances that the Quintessence never offered me, or at least never offered me in good faith, they are still the best ones to help with interpreting that.
But we need you.
Well, you don't need me.
Well,
Bells.
What would we do without you?
Bells, let me tell you something. You remember how Lynn used to fight? With such prowess in battle, yes. With skill with her swords, yes. But there was a single-mindedness that she had, a conviction of her ideals where she believed completely in what she was doing. Bells, you have all the skill that she has. And once you figure out what it is that you want to accomplish, you're going to be unstoppable. You don't need me. And Vinny, I don't know that I ever really told you this, but every time you looked at me as your magic daddy, I was only 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. Just trying to figure out what the next 1 or 2 steps might be so that you could continue looking up to me. But
I'm still enamored by this opportunity, and being one who knows how to take advantage of a good opportunity, I could not refuse this to you, not in good conscience. It makes so much sense.
yeah, it does. It's the logical move for me. It's what I need to do. It's what I think this continent, which has wars breaking out left and right, and this spear which seems to have some sort of power of causing strife among friends. I don't know what the connection is, or if there is a connection. I know the vision that I've seen. I know what I've seen in our travels, and I know what I've seen this spear can do, and something has to be done. And And I need to find out more information. I need more research, and we need to destroy this thing. And whatever the next thing is after that, well...
This is clearly becoming much bigger than anything that we are doing collectively here. I see that there are threads spinning off in various directions. Alin is putting this evil family in their place. Cyrus is spinning off and having an ally in the Quintessence Pursuant. There is something bigger that is going on here that is much bigger than just the Guild of Goodwill. Or maybe it is just the very spirit of the Guild of Goodwill.
As you are having this conversation, Cyrus, you hear in your head, I apologize to interrupt this conversation. I looked in on having Sir Langley present. Unfortunately, she is dead.
And to what degree can I trust you and the Quintessence with this task of destroying this spear?
Well, I checked in on you before sending a message.
I'm going to show you my last portent roll.
Was this an insight check? Okay. So, I'll say this. You believe everything he says as he's saying, checked in with you on this conversation before sending a spell, just to make sure you're available. Come, Cyrus. Bring your friends, as I have to pay them. Perhaps some magical items.
Yes, of course. No, it's still sending.
Yeah, we're basically sending back and forth at this point, and he also, you kind of hear him perk up in his voice. Also, as a fellow student of divination, we can discuss this vision. Perhaps find a solution together.
Yes, I would like that. Very much.
Great.
Okay. And I'm going to convey to the rest of the group. Well, it seems Ellen may not be a factor here, but...
Wait, what?
What do you mean she might not be a factor here?
I don't want to give him more information than I have. But... it doesn't seem that she will be available for this particular operation. And I'm not going to directly say...
You can make insight checks if you want, but he's definitely holding back information.
Why were you saying you're holding back? You didn't want to give away too much.
Oh, I don't want to say it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Would we know?
Make an insight check.
20.
Yeah, he's dancing around the details that Ellen previously discussed.
My last
the party.
Insight check and my trust in
Okay.
Professor Puhler, though.
Okay, so he's trustworthy.
His intentions are exactly as he says they are.
I would kind of like grab the new throw when he said that and just steel myself.
If you like, we can all go.
It's like losing
Because-
her all over again.
We can all go because Professor Puhler did promise a reward to the Guild of Goodwill, and that's you guys, and I'm taking a leave of absence, I suppose, so it would all go to you. And so you can come along to Erngall.
Yes, let's
to
go.
discuss payment.
Okay. Are you addressing the King of Deldar in any fashion before you guys leave, or no?
Yes, he promised us rewards.
we can quick do this one.
Okay, quick do it.
You guys tell him about Vilram. He's more than happy. Says it'll be a while before they can organize a new leader. They may not, have the same desires, but he doesn't think that they can trace this assassination back to Degoldar.
Cool.
They set you in front of you a giant chest.
Come on.
Full of about 2,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Or not 2,000, I'm sorry.
Yes, 2,000 gold pieces.
20,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Oh!
Sorry, my brain.
We're level 8 now, guys.
Whoa!
20,000 gold pieces.
Great. Each.
No,
Thank you.
that's cool. All right.
Cyrus, as you're preparing to return to Urungal, could I have a Arcana check as you try and...
19.
Yes. You're
Okay.
able to kind of limit and create a less potent version of the spell Teleportation Circle, where it has a limited radius. Just at the edge of that radius is the Teleportation Circle you know to be the keep of Urungal. So, each of you may step into a circle of magical energy.
Beam me up.
Magnus is still over at the
He's still-
the sticking pig.
Well, he was probably there for the reward portion.
Yeah, probably there for the reward portion. Like, if I know...
What? No, he was not.
They probably call him up there.
At some,
no.
okay, at some point Cyrus will give him a clap on the back and say,
No. He was with mommy and daddy.
He gets his own reward.
at whatever point,
He'll get his reward later. That 20,000 is ours.
They
at whatever point Cyrus will clap him on the back and say,
So, we
"Good
each
work,
get
Magnets."
We each get 5.
No.
By the way.
Yeah, you get your own reward as
Later
a
on.
citizen, and you also get a title. So
Oh,
just keep that in mind.
cute.
Ooh, I like
But
that.
you get a title, and you do get substantial access to
Fancy
both
boy
the
Magnus.
Marble Crest Vault and the Stone Staff Hall.
All
The
right.
rest of you,
Okay, so and then when we go up to
The rest
we
of
say,
us get 20,000.
Magnus, this would not have been possible without you. And he puts forth 4,000 gold pieces as his part of the cut.
No.
And then you say,
Well, thank you kindly for showing me a little bit of the world outside of this city.
We couldn't have done it without you, Magnus. Thank you for joining us and sharing your expertise with us.
what will you do with the gold?
Well, apparently there's more world up. So I'm thinking I'll go up.
Go up.
Well, I've been this might sound silly, but I've been reading a lot about the sky, and the fields of grass. I don't know. I might want to see what a bird is like.
I'm sorry,
That's how you pronounce it. Bird. It flies. It has wings.
Yes, of course. So would you like to come with us?
Oh, I don't know if I can impose on your journey. I think I have to go see the world for myself.
The awesome great birds near Goldenrod.
Where's Goldenrod?
you have no idea.
Wasn't that close to like where we found the entrance to the?
Yeah, but the dwarves don't know anything about anything
They're pretty
outside dwarf
isolated.
land.
But that would be close to where we found
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's down. It's down the road.
If they're about
Sure.
to teleport, then I'll probably like see them off
Sure.
from the teleportation circle, and then begin my journey whenever I do.
Great.
Cyrus will say,
With your gold that you
Goodbye.
didn't refuse.
"Goodbye, Magnets." I'm going to be perfectly honest. I only understood
Chris.
maybe every other word that you said, but you're
Stole
good
4,000
company.
gold from us.
You're good company. You're a good wizard. Keep it up.
Goodbye, Magnus.
You too.
I may not be a dwarf, but I know that you're a real dwarf's dwarf.
I hope you know we won. I didn't say that seriously. That there was a magic spear making us kind of
Yeah,
cranky.
I don't hold anybody too accountable for much of what happened on the way back.
As far as I'm concerned, you're an honorary dwarf.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Is he crying?
I think a little bit. But but like just one tier.
Single tier.
With that, one by one, each of you file into the teleportation circle, poofing into an unfamiliar chamber within the keep of Urungal. Thankfully, the guards, bewildered at first, know how to direct you outside the keep, and you make your way to Palmer Corner to the Tower of Divination, where Brakner Puhler is waiting for you. Greetings. Did you bring the spear?
Bells.
Are we sure?
I think it's in no better hands.
I would.
I think we're
Certainly
sure.
going to corrupt us if we keep it.
There's a long period of time. It will be about 24 hours of doing this. I will prepare the ritual.
Can we see it when it's finished?
You can see it shatter before your eyes. As I'm doing this, though, as I'm preparing, Cyrus, could I impose upon you? There are several volumes, tomes that I could write down that I need you to skim through in the library, as well as I need to speak with you on your return about this vision.
Yes,
The
of course.
skimming should only take about 2-3 hours.
Sure.
Thank you. Now you, I will see about your rewards, as well as I will look for some things for you. And he goes about setting portions of his room up for what seems to be a large ritual. He puts his hand down and there are glowing ley lines across the entire floor of his study that he starts to activate, and material components that he starts to set out in different ways. Cyrus, as you journey towards the library, you are able to secure several of these books and skim through them. And as you're skimming through them, you find something interesting, something strange. Almost, you feel like this is a portion of your vision. You start to read about these broken blue hellscapes, these broken rocks with black spires kind of protruding from them. And you're sure you're close to what you need to find. And there you have it. You found it. You know where this is. And a look of elation creeps across your face before a black blade bursts from your chest from behind. And you hear in your head, your last thing you can hear is you can't move. It's from the sending stone that you picked up. Underneath, with the slots, you hear, I found you. That's what we're doing tonight's episode.